There comes a moment, quiet but undeniable, when walking no longer feels as effortless as it once did. Maybe it's when you hesitate before stepping off the curb. Maybe it's the subtle way your hand reaches for the wall as you move through your hallway. Or maybe it's just that creeping thought that wasn't there before. What if I fall? For millions of women across the country, women who have carried families, cared for others, and spent a lifetime on their feet, that quiet fear of falling has become part of everyday life. Not because they are fragile, not because they are broken, but because no one ever told them that the way they walk can quietly shift over the years. And with it, their balance, their posture, and their confidence. Today, that changes. Because what you are about to learn is not a trick. It is not a fad. It is a simple science-backed shift in how you move, something that thousands of women over the age of 65 have used to walk more confidently, with more freedom and less fear. This is not about avoiding aging. It is about aging with strength, with grace, and most importantly, with choice. So if walking has felt different lately, if independence feels like it's slipping just out of reach, then keep listening. By the end of this video, you will not only understand what has been quietly affecting your stability, but you will also know exactly how to start changing it, safely, gently, and right from home. Let's begin. The truth about falling and why it's not inevitable. Let's start by clearing up one of the most harmful beliefs that many women over the age of 65 have been told, over and over again, that falling is just a normal part of getting older, that it's something to expect, accept, and learn to live with. But here's the truth. Most falls do not happen simply because of age. They happen because of small changes in the way we move, the way we hold our bodies, and the way we carry ourselves through daily life. These changes are subtle. They happen slowly over the years. So slowly, in fact, that we often don't even notice them until one day we trip on a rug that never used to bother us, or we find ourselves hesitating before walking down the steps. You might be thinking, well, of course I walk differently now. I've lived a long life and things don't work the same. And yes, the body does change with time. Muscles may weaken, reflexes might slow down, and joints don't always feel as fluid. But here's the encouraging part. Most of those changes can be softened, even reversed, through small but powerful adjustments. It's not about turning back the clock. It's about working with your body, not against it. One of the most common reasons older women experience imbalance is something as simple as posture. When we're tired or cautious, or even just unsure, we tend to lean forward. The head drops slightly, shoulders hunch, arms stop swinging, steps become shorter. We tighten up, thinking we're protecting ourselves. But in reality, that tightness creates instability. It tells the body to brace, not to flow. Is the way you walk quietly putting you at risk? Before we dive into how to walk with strength and confidence again, let's pause and ask a very important question. How are you walking right now? Not how fast, not how far, but how. Most people assume walking is automatic. You've done it your entire life, right? But over the years, small changes in posture, confidence, and even fear can shift your natural movement without you realizing it. These shifts might seem harmless, but they quietly increase your risk of falling, even in familiar places like your own home. Let's go through a short self-check. You don't need to write anything down. Just listen and reflect. Do you find yourself looking down at the floor when you walk, watching every step? Do you sometimes drag your feet instead of lifting them fully? Are your steps shorter than they used to be, almost like you're tiptoeing? Do your arms stay stiff at your sides instead of swinging naturally? Do you avoid uneven sidewalks or grassy paths because you're afraid of tripping? Do you lean on walls or furniture to steady yourself when moving around the house? If you recognized yourself in 2 or more of these, you are not alone. Many women experience the same patterns, but that doesn't mean you are stuck with them. In fact, the very act of noticing these signs is the first step toward regaining control. These habits often come from one thing: fear. The fear of falling can quietly take over the way we move. It makes us cautious, careful, even rigid. And while it's completely understandable, that fear actually works against us. It trains our bodies to move in ways that are unnatural and unstable. But there's something deeply empowering about realizing that your walk is not broken. It's just out of practice. And like anything else, it can be gently relearned. You don't need youth to walk well. You need awareness, a few simple techniques, and the belief that you can feel steady again. So from here on, I invite you to let go of judgment. Be kind to your body. These changes didn't happen overnight, and we're not trying to fix you. You're not broken. You're simply learning to move in a way that supports the strong, graceful woman you've always been. And that process begins today, rediscovering your balance through posture and awareness. Now that you've begun to understand the quiet ways your walking may have changed over time, it's time to rebuild the foundation, starting with posture. Let's be very clear. This is not about standing like a soldier. This is not about holding in your stomach or pulling back your shoulders in an uncomfortable, forced way. This is about finding your natural alignment again, the one your body was designed for, the one that helps you move with ease, balance, and grace. As we age, our posture often begins to shift without us even noticing. Maybe you catch yourself leaning forward a little more. Your chin drops. Your shoulders creep up or round forward. Your upper back curves slightly. These changes happen slowly, usually in response to tiredness, stress, or even fear. But posture matters more than most people realize, especially when it comes to preventing falls. Here's why. When your body is aligned, your center of gravity stays steady over your feet. You're better able to respond to small changes in balance, like when you step on uneven ground or turn suddenly. Your muscles, joints, and even your brain work together more effectively because your entire system is operating from a balanced place. So let's talk about how to begin finding that natural balance again. Start with your head. Imagine a soft string attached to the crown of your head, gently pulling you upwards toward the sky. You're not forcing your spine to straighten. You're just lifting softly, like a flower reaching for the sun. Tuck your chin slightly so it's in line with your neck. That one small adjustment already begins to shift your posture. Now your shoulders. Let them drop away from your ears. Just relax them. Then gently roll them back so they sit slightly behind your chest. Not forced, just open. Feel your chest lift slightly. This posture allows your lungs to expand more fully and sends a signal to your brain that you are calm, not in danger. Move down to your arms. Let them hang naturally by your sides. As you walk, your arms should swing, not stiffly, but rhythmically, opposite your legs. Right leg forward, left arm swings. Left leg forward, right arm swings. This natural movement helps your body stay balanced, especially when you change direction or step over obstacles. Now to your feet. One of the most important changes you can make is in how your foot touches the ground. Instead of slapping your whole foot down or shuffling, aim for a smooth 3-part step. First, your heel touches down. Then, your weight rolls through the sole. Finally, you push off gently with your toes. This is how the body was designed to walk, heel to toe, one clean, fluid motion. Practicing this movement helps engage your stabilizing muscles and protects your joints. And finally, your gaze. Look ahead, not at the ground. When you walk with your eyes focused on the horizon, your brain receives a broader view of your surroundings, which helps with orientation and balance. Constantly looking down sends signals of caution and fear. Looking forward reminds your body that you are in control. These changes may feel strange at first, and that's completely normal. It's not because they're wrong. It's because your body has adapted to a different way of moving for a while. But with a little daily attention, these gentle shifts will begin to feel familiar again, like coming home to yourself. Gentle exercises that build strength and stability. Now that you've begun to reconnect with your posture and body awareness, let's talk about movement. Specifically, the kind of movement that builds the strength and stability your body craves. Here's something important to know. You do not need to join a gym. You do not need fancy equipment. And you definitely do not need to push yourself beyond what feels safe. What you need are simple, gentle movements, done regularly and with care, that remind your body how to support you. These exercises don't just build muscle, they rebuild trust between your mind and your body. Let's begin with 5 foundational exercises. These can be done right at home, with just a sturdy chair nearby for support. Exercise 1. The one-leg stand. Stand behind a chair and lightly place your hands on the backrest. Shift your weight onto your left foot and gently lift your right foot just an inch or two off the ground. Hold this position for 10 seconds, or as long as feels comfortable. Then, switch sides. This simple exercise strengthens your ankle, hip, and core, all critical for balance. Exercise 2. Knee raises in place. Stand tall with your hands resting lightly on the chair. Slowly lift one knee to about hip height, then lower it and repeat with the other leg, almost like you're marching in place. Do 10 slow repetitions per side. This movement teaches your body to lift your feet fully while building hip strength. Exercise 3. Heel to toe rocking. Still standing, hold the chair for balance. Rise gently onto your tiptoes. Hold for 2 seconds, then rock back onto your heels and lift your toes. Repeat 10 to 15 times. This strengthens your calves, ankles, and the small muscles in your feet, the foundation of stable walking. Exercise 4. Mindful walking practice. Choose a hallway or safe space in your home. Walk back and forth slowly, focusing on each step. Feel your heel touch down first, then your midfoot, then push off gently with your toes. Let your arms swing naturally. Keep your eyes forward. 2 to 3 minutes of this practice a day can retrain your walk into a fluid, balanced motion. Exercise 5. Posture and breathing alignment. Stand with feet shoulder-width apart. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply and imagine a string pulling the crown of your head upward. As you exhale, feel your shoulders drop. Spend 1 full minute breathing like this. This quiet reset teaches your body what upright, balanced alignment feels like. None of these movements are hard, but they are powerful. When done consistently, they help activate the muscles that keep you stable. They also reduce joint strain, improve your walking rhythm, and give you back something even more valuable than strength: confidence. And remember, you don't need to be perfect. If some days you only manage 1 or 2 exercises, that's still progress. What matters most is that you keep showing up for yourself. Every step, every breath, every stretch is a quiet act of self-care, and your body will thank you for it. How breath and mindset quietly transform the way you move. There's something powerful happening in your body every time you take a breath. And yet, for most of us, especially as we grow older, we stop paying attention to how we breathe. It becomes shallow, tight, and rushed, especially when we feel unsure or unsteady. But what if I told you that the way you breathe affects how you move, how you walk, how stable you feel? When you're tense, your breath rises into your chest, your shoulders lift, your muscles tighten, your steps become smaller, quicker, and more guarded. This is your body's natural response to fear. It's trying to protect you, but in doing so, it actually creates more instability. Now imagine this instead. You pause before you begin to walk. You take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, feeling your ribs expand. Then you exhale gently through your mouth, and with that breath, your shoulders soften, your chest opens, your mind quiets. That simple breath tells your nervous system, you're safe, you're steady, you're in control. This is not just relaxation, it's preparation. When your body is calm, your balance improves. Your movements become smoother, more fluid. You walk with more natural rhythm because you're no longer bracing for danger. You're simply moving with presence. And here's the beautiful part. You can use this technique anytime. Before you get out of bed in the morning, pause. Take 3 deep breaths. Feel your feet flat on the floor. Stand up slowly. With intention. Before you step outside or walk down the hallway, pause again. Breathe in deeply. Exhale slowly. Feel your body. Ground yourself. Before you start a longer walk, whether it's around the block, at the grocery store, or just to the mailbox, take a moment to breathe and silently say to yourself, I am grounded. I am steady. I trust my body. These words, combined with mindful breathing, act like a reset button for your entire system. They shift your mindset from fear to confidence, from tension to flow, and mindset matters. The way you speak to yourself, even silently, shapes your experience. If your inner voice is filled with fear or self-doubt, your body will reflect that. But if your inner voice becomes your ally, gentle, strong, reassuring, your body will respond in kind. This isn't magic. It's biology. It's how your brain and body work together. And the good news is, you can begin using this tool today. Right now, no equipment, no training, just your breath, just your awareness. In the end, walking well isn't just about strong legs or straight posture. It's about walking with presence, with calm, with belief in your own ability to move through the world safely and freely. And that belief? It starts with a breath, creating a safe space. How to fall-proof your home. No matter how strong your posture is, no matter how steady your walk becomes, your environment still plays a big role in your safety. Even the most balanced person can lose their footing in a space that hasn't been set up with care. The good news is that you don't need to renovate your entire home. You just need to make a few thoughtful changes, small adjustments that can drastically reduce your risk of falling, especially in the places you walk every day. Let's walk through the most important areas together. Start with your floors. Loose rugs are one of the top causes of household falls. If you have rugs that slide or curl at the edges, it's time to either remove them or secure them with non-slip backing. This includes small bathroom rugs, hallway runners, and decorative mats in the kitchen. If it can shift under your foot, it's a risk, not a design feature. Next, think about lighting. Dim lighting makes it harder for your eyes to judge distance or see small obstacles. Walk through your home in the early morning or evening and notice where shadows fall. Do you have night lights in the hallway, bathroom, and bedroom? Are stairways and entryways well lit? Consider replacing low-watt bulbs with brighter, energy-efficient ones that make each room easier to navigate, especially at night. Check your walking paths. Are there piles of shoes near the door? Books or baskets on the floor? Extension cords stretched across a room? These are all silent hazards. Clear a wide, open path through every room, especially the spaces you move through daily, like from the bedroom to the bathroom, or from the kitchen to the living room. You want your feet to have a clear place to land every step of the way. Now let's talk about the bathroom. This is where many falls happen, often when you're tired or rushing. Consider adding grab bars near the toilet and inside the shower or tub. Use a non-slip mat in the tub and keep towels or robes off the floor. If stepping into the tub is hard, there are simple tools like a bath bench or a handheld shower head that make bathing safer and more comfortable without sacrificing dignity. Stairs and steps deserve special attention. If you have stairs in your home, make sure they have sturdy railings on both sides if possible. The treads should be non-slip. If your stairs are carpeted, check that the carpet is securely fastened and not curling at the edges. And if your steps lead outside, make sure they're always free from leaves, water, or ice. Finally, listen to your intuition. If there's a spot in your home where you always feel a little unsteady, pay attention to that. Maybe it's a corner where the lighting is dim, or a spot near the couch where the rug slips, or a back door where the threshold is uneven. Don't wait until something happens. Take care of it now. You deserve a home that supports you. Creating a safe environment doesn't mean giving in to fear. It means giving yourself freedom. The freedom to move through your space with confidence. When your home supports your balance, your body relaxes. You walk more naturally. You stop holding your breath. You begin to enjoy each step again. Remember, safety is not about restriction. It's about protection with dignity. And every thoughtful change you make is a gift to your future self. When to seek help and why. That's a sign of strength. You've come this far, learning how to adjust your posture, rebuild your balance, breathe with intention, and even fall-proof your home. But there's one more piece of this journey that's just as important: knowing when to ask for help. For many women, especially those who have spent their lives caring for others, asking for support can feel uncomfortable. You might think, I should be able to handle this on my own, or it's not that bad yet. But here's the truth. Seeking help isn't weakness. It's wisdom. When your car makes a strange sound, you don't wait until it breaks down to go to the mechanic. You take it in early because you want it to keep running smoothly. Your body deserves the same kind of care. If you've experienced a fall in the past year, or if you feel pain when walking, or if you notice that your balance is getting worse, that's not failure. That's your body giving you information. And there are trained professionals who know exactly how to help you move more safely and confidently again. A physical therapist or a movement specialist can give you personalized exercises based on your exact needs. They can spot patterns that are hard to see on your own, like a weak hip that causes your foot to turn inward, or a stiff ankle that makes your gait uneven. With their guidance, you can strengthen the muscles that support you and move with greater ease. You may also benefit from seeing an occupational therapist if you're concerned about safety at home. They can help you adapt your space, tools, or habits so that daily activities, like cooking, showering, or even gardening, feel more manageable and less risky. Even a single consultation can give you valuable insight, and in many cases, your insurance or Medicare may cover part or all of the cost. Let's also talk about mobility aids, canes, walkers, or walking poles. These are not symbols of defeat. In fact, used the right way, they're tools of freedom. They allow you to go farther, with less fear. Many women feel embarrassed to use a cane at first, but after just a few days, realize that they actually feel stronger with it, because they're no longer bracing against every step. And here's the most important thing to remember. Getting help does not mean you've given up. It means you've chosen to keep going, wisely, safely, and with support. It means you are taking your health seriously and honoring your body for everything it has carried you through. So if a part of you has been quietly wondering whether it's time to talk to someone, let this be your sign. Make the call. Ask the question. Take that next step. You don't have to do it alone, and you shouldn't. Because the journey to confident movement is not just physical, it's emotional, it's personal. And sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is reach out your hand and say, "I'm ready." And when you do, you'll find there are people ready to walk beside you every step of the way. You are not fragile. You are capable of moving freely again. You've just taken in a lot of information, and maybe right now, your mind is sorting through it all, wondering where to begin, how to remember it, whether it's too late to try. If that's what you're feeling, let me speak to that voice inside you with absolute clarity. It is not too late. You are not fragile. You are not broken. You are not defined by your age or your balance, or even by past falls. You are a woman who has lived, who has endured, who has carried others, shown up on hard days, and moved forward when it wasn't easy. And now, it's your turn to move forward for yourself. Learning to walk well again isn't about proving anything to anyone else. It's about reclaiming something that's always been yours, your freedom, your independence, your confidence. It starts with small things, a deeper breath, a more thoughtful step, a steady hand on the back of a chair while you lift one foot at a time. It starts with noticing, really noticing, how your body feels, how it responds when you treat it with care. And then, slowly but surely, it starts to shift. You walk with more awareness. You stop gripping walls. You trust the floor beneath you. You go outside without that little knot in your stomach. You visit your friend, walk through the garden, or go to the store without fear holding you back. That's not a fantasy. That is possible. That is within your reach. But here's the part that matters most. You have to decide to begin. No one else can do it for you. But I promise, when you take that first step, even the tiniest one, you're already changing everything. So here's what I'd love for you to do. If this message spoke to you, share it. Send it to your sister, your friend, your neighbor, anyone who's ever felt uncertain on their feet. Write in the comments, "I choose to walk with strength and confidence."